welcome to I Hate Card Games. My name is Levi Thomas. I hate card games. So today we're here with Modern. Today's deck is called Break and Breach, which is sort of an homage to Sneak and Show in, I think, Legacy and Vintage. Now, I've always been a huge fan of when people try and take two combos and jam them in the same deck. Living Twin is probably my favorite Modern deck of all time. Not only is Living Twin a great band name, but it also seems like the type of phrase you'd find in a will, and that's fun. Essentially what I've done is taken the Through the Breach Emrakul shell and jammed it together with the Kiki-Jiki Deceiver Exarch plan. The big innovations here are mainly going to be these 4 of Lotus Blooms. Now this could be completely wrong. Now you may be asking, why is this deck 3 colors? Is that necessary at all? Why would you do that? Well, here's the incredible secret tech of this deck. It's a 2-mana sorcery, 1 green, 1 colorless, to search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. This allows us to tutor our 2 of Kiki-Jiki and 2 of Emrakul. Other than that, the deck is a very simple red-blue control shell. The land base is pretty standard, 3 color. We're running 1 of Desolate Lighthouse, 2 of Ghost Quarter. Polluted Delta should probably be Scalding Tarns, but I'm not made of money. Best case scenario, we get to do a lot of unfair things on turn 4. Worst case scenario, we just keep drawing Lotus Blooms. Let's get to the games. There may be no better feeling in this deck than having a Lotus Bloom in your opener. Alright, so this opening makes me think that our opponent is possibly on Death Cloud. Sorin, Lord of... okay. So, it actually seems like we're playing some sort of Abzan big mana control deck. Our opponent is a fan. Our opponent has a case of the Taki Too Muchies. Oh, did I miss a land drop? Yeah, I missed a land drop. That might cost us. That might cost us like Bob Costas. Inside Baseball. What is this ultimate? Oh, that's no good. So I was watching The Lion King the other day. Little known fact about me, but I actually lived in South Africa for about 9 months for various reasons. And so I recognized some of the Zulu words in the film. And they mentioned that Scar's original name is Prince Taka. In Zulu, that means trash. And Simba's name means king. I'm not entirely sure what their parents were thinking, but when you name one of your kids king and the other one trash, usually something bad is going to happen. It might stir up a bit of resentment. Well, our opponent only has 2 cards in hand, so we're not necessarily in the worst shape, like a crescent. But then again, we're not necessarily in the best shape, like a trapezoid. Just gonna go ahead and bolt the Finks here. If he Finks, I'm gonna hit my opponent in the fucking face with Emrakul. And that'll do it. Well, if I was a greedy person, I'd keep this. Little known fact, you can Through the Breach Kiki-Jiki, and it works just like casting Kiki-Jiki. Our opponent might be on Red-White Allies. It's a deck I've been seeing a lot on the queues for some reason. Called it. How am I not a professional Magic player? How do I have 0 top 8s under my belt? I just called Red-White Allies off of a clifftop retreat. I'm like the Babe Ruth of Magic the Gathering. I don't like to say land screwed. That's offensive to land screwed people. Our opponent is mana challenged. And twins! People complain about Eldrazi Mimic, but I'd complain much worse about triple Hada Freeblade draw. Turn 1 Bloom just feels so good. Double turn 1 Bloom is even better. We're just 5 more blooms away from casting an Emrakul. Alright, question for the Nookie. Answer this in the comments. So, you get a deal, and here's the deal. You get to be in a relationship with the person you find most attractive in the world. Could be anyone. For example, for me, it's Anna Kendrick. However, when it comes to being intimate with that person, in this situation or scenario, they are now a furry, and you cannot have sex with them unless they are in a fursuit, and you never actually get to see them naked, except for the holes in the fursuit. Do you take the deal? Every other aspect about your relationship is normal, except the bedroom. In addition, they make you watch Zootopia once a week. Every Sunday night at 6, you have to watch Zootopia with them. Otherwise, they'll leave you. Feels good, man. These Lotus Blooms are starting to look like less of a mistake and more like a I'm a genius. This is classic turn 4 twin. This looks familiar. And twins! So our opponent is going to make us do this. Seems highly unnecessary. Glad I brought a book. And we just burned our opponent, as well as comboed them to death. And we got there. Well, we're back with the deck. We gave our opponents a quick 3-0, having beat mid-range, aggro, and control / combo, I guess, however you classify Tron. The deck seems to have proved its worth. To be quite frank, this probably isn't the best build available of this type of deck, but I definitely think you could build something like this and it could be competitive in Modern. The Lotus Blooms were very polarizing. Sometimes they felt great, sometimes they felt deader than President John F. Kennedy after a single bullet made multiple puncture wounds throughout his body. Open your eyes, people. In other channel news, I apologize again for this video being so late, and probably of a quality that somebody is going to complain about in the comment section. With my current work schedule and school schedule, I get literally 0 days off, and I've been running off of next to no sleep. At this point in my career, I'm ready to stop asking for donations on Patreon and just start asking for people to just send me Adderall in the mail. I have a P.O. box set up. Anyways, I'm going to go contemplate killing myself. Thanks for watching. I hate card games.